Hello, everyone. I am Kanisha Grayson, founder and CEO of The Art of Applying. And today I have one of my amazing success stories, a rock star client. Her name is Kayla, and she's here to share her story with us. Hi, Kayla.
Hi, Kanisha. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Very happy to be speaking with you today. As you know, we start all of our group coaching calls inside of The Art of Applying with celebrations. And for your interview today, I also want to start that way with celebrations. So what are we celebrating today? Please share your results for where you got in and scholarships received.
I got into Indiana, full consortium scholarship, UNC Chapel Hill, and I got into Cornell, $25,000 Forte Fellowship.
Nice. Now, is the I always want to know, is the $25,000 for both years, or does it like $25,000 and then another $25,000?
Yes, it's renewable.
So 50,000. Okay. Wonderful. Awesome. And have you decided on which school you will be attending?
Yes, I'll be going to Cornell.
Fantastic. Congratulations. Wow. So a full ride from Indiana and then $50,000 from Cornell, which is excellent. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. One thing I like to say is a little back of the envelope math is that for every $10,000 worth of scholarships that you get for graduate school, it's approximately $100 less per month you will pay on your student loans for 10 years. So you saved future Kayla $500 a month for 10 years.
Future Kayla's happy about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I hope today Kayla is happy about it too.
Yeah, I am too.
Yeah, wonderful. That can go a very good way towards your mortgage for your home. Wonderful. So Kayla, tell us whatever you feel comfortable sharing about your applicant profile. The more, the better, but what you're comfortable. The kind of things that people who are watching and listening want to know will be your GPA, test scores. What did you study in school, your age, what school did you go to, those kinds of things. So whichever of those kinds of things that you feel comfortable sharing, as much as you feel comfortable.
Sure. So I'm 27. I went to the University at Buffalo. I graduated in 2016. I was an English major. My GPA was a 3.090, and my GRE score, I'll say under 310.
Under 310. Okay, thank you for that. And so we're looking at a not sky high GRE score, and we're also looking at a GPA on the lower end. So this is quite the triumph. Excellent. Yeah. So Kayla, let's go all the way back to 2 years ago, or even maybe more than that, to the beginning of your application journey. What was the process like before we started working together? What was hard and what wasn't working?
Before we started working together, I have to be honest, when it came to applying to schools, I didn't know where to start. So I knew that I would need extra help, extra assistance, or just extra insight, someone who has already gone through the process recently, just to get feedback from them during this application process, and also to have someone to keep me on track. Mm-hmm. So doing that on my own was difficult, but I'm very thankful because my mom, she loves going on YouTube and looking up these things. She actually found The Art of Applying just going on a YouTube search and saw other Black women. She saw Ashley's YouTube post and it was like, you should really check this out. And that's what really got me started in October 2020. Can't believe it's been 2 years. So yes.
So it's been, in October, it will have been 2 years. So it's been some time. And I am so grateful to your mom for finding us on YouTube. I love that. And so mom found us on YouTube, but what actually inspired you to take the leap to reach out?
What inspired me was, again, I needed the help. I wanted the assistance because I thought about my process when I applied to college in high school. And it was another situation where it was really just me on my own. So I knew that if I wanted to really make the leap for grad school, I would need more insight to really have a successful journey. And again, really watching the YouTube videos of the client success interviews, Ashley, just seeing a lot of Black women, a lot of women of color, a lot of Latinas, Asian women who have been successful with this program really inspired me. And also it's Black owned, so.
Yeah, right? Black owned, woman owned. Yes, love it. Thank you for the support and for acknowledging that. And so you had a call with our team and you had that long call where we go super in depth, the breakthrough call. What was your experience like on that call?
That was my first experience with a breakthrough call, period. So, that was really interesting. We really talked about what I wanted to do, why I wanted to go into business school, where I was at, my job, what I can bring to business school as a person. It was really the first start of defining myself as an MBA candidate. I mean, now looking back, I've done so many interviews and spoken to so many people in MBA programs. I'm used to it, but that was really like my first point of defining myself as an MBA candidate and future business person.
Yes. And was it scary where at the end of the breakthrough call, my team is like, Kayla, we believe in you. We want to invite you to work with us. And here's the tuition. What were you thinking? What fears, doubts, or concerns did you have? So don't say how much you paid because our prices are always going up.
Yeah.
But what were your feelings when my team said, okay, we've just talked for an hour, maybe even an hour and a half. We want to work with you. Let's do it.
Yeah. So of course it was scary. Of course it was like, okay, I have to pay for it, but you have to think of it like an investment. It really is an investment. Like my ROI has been crazy at this point. So you really have to make an investment. For me, it was like an investment in myself for this process. So like, I'm the type of person, if I commit to something, I just go hard. So
Good.
That's exactly what I did.
Oh, I love it. And what was your favorite part about working with us on your applications? And one thing I do want to make clear, because this is a very special story, is that you worked with us for 2 application seasons in a row. So I would love for you to kind of talk about your favorite part about working with us, and then maybe give some insight into being a reapplicant.
Sure. So I've had for 2 years, I've had Carrie as my coach. Shout out to Carrie. She's amazing. She's the GOAT. And she graduated from NYU, I believe, 2019. So she was someone who was really recent from the MBA application process and the cycle. So the process of working together was we had our first call, got to know each other, and started to define the jobs that I wanted to pursue as an applicant. Should I start from my first application cycle?
Yeah, just kind of what was your favorite part about year 1? And then how did you feel when you got your results? And then what was your favorite part about year 2?
Okay, so my favorite part about year 1, what was my favorite part? I guess, we're in the pandemic. Mind you, this was like year 1 of the pandemic, the tail end of year 1 of the pandemic. So really, I got a chance to speak to so many different people, because something you'll learn for anybody who's watching this video during the MBA process, it's a lot of networking. And in part with also doing your applications, you're doing a lot of networking. You're reaching out to different students at the schools you want to go to, because you really want to understand the stories and the narratives of people who go there and like the classes they take. So you have an idea of definitely where you want to go. And also so you can really visualize there. So I would say that was my favorite part. Also speaking to the different coaches, getting my resume done, really defining myself as an MBA applicant. What happened the first cycle was I was really adamant about pursuing entertainment, and coming from a health tech background, that was a bit of a huge leap, I'll say. So what happened was I applied to 6 schools with a consortium. I applied to NYU, Emory, UCLA, Texas, Georgetown, and Virginia. And I also applied to Fordham outside the consortium. Fordham's like a business school in New York City. So what happened was I got into the consortium, but I did not get into any schools. I got waitlisted at Texas and Georgetown. Okay. And I got into Fordham, and Fordham gave me $50,000 scholarship money. So from that point, the consortium is such a big advantage to have, because you have that network, you have it for a lifetime. You get to attend pre-MBA events. You meet so many different people in different industries who are also pursuing MBAs with you at the same time as you. So I knew that had I gone to Fordham, I would be giving up the consortium. So at that point, yeah, I was sad about it. Did I eat a lot of Nutella? Maybe for like a day. I let myself be sad about it. And then I was like, okay, let me give myself a month to think about it, and also the first cycle I applied round 2, which was a January deadline. So I knew for the second time to apply, when I made the decision, something that I would do is take more classes to really show my dedication to becoming an MBA student. I took classes at my local community college. Remember, I was an English major, so I didn't have like a lot of business classes under my belt. So I ended up taking at my local community college, microeconomics, financial accounting, managerial accounting, macroeconomics.
Excellent. When did you take those courses?
I would say the summer before I applied for round 1, 2021.
So it's almost, Kayla, like you had a practice year and then you had a year where you did everything we told you to do.
Yeah, so I did that, and I like to think of it like also a practice year, but also like I guess because I took so many more classes, had enough classes to accumulate as like a business minor. So I was like an English major with like a business minor with continuing education courses that I took. And then from there, I was like, I have to apply to round 1. And because I'm in health tech operations, I said, you know what, let me look at more roles in tech that could be close to entertainment that you could have at any tech company, like a product marketing manager or a product manager. Mm-hmm. So with that, what I ended up doing was focusing more so on tech, not saying anything about entertainment. Obviously, the schools that I applied to have entertainment clubs, so that was an advantage. And for round 1, October 2021, I applied to Dartmouth, Indiana, UNC, NYU, Rice, Michigan, Cornell, and USC.
Okay, fantastic. What a triumph to go from only accepted to Fordham, though it was a nice size scholarship, but no consortium, to getting a full ride at Indiana and $50K from Cornell.
Right.
Like, that is amazing. I think what's really interesting is that you worked with us for 2 years in a row and you had to pay. Like, it's not like you didn't get in the first year and then we just said, oh, just work with us for free another year. I think that a lot of people would think, well, if they didn't help you get in the first time, why are you working with them again? I would be interested to hear your thought process around you understanding that we could still help you with a reapplication.
Yeah, I knew that I could still be helped through Art of Applying because I got in the consortium. So that was a positive. Even though I didn't get into any schools with a consortium, the fact that I did get into the consortium, I was like, okay. And also because I did it the first time, I knew what to expect this time. Okay. I knew emails to send to people about cold emailing, about having like 15 to 30-minute phone calls about people in the consortium, speaking to consortium liaisons, connecting with people on LinkedIn. Like by the second time around, I was a pro.
Okay.
So that's why I like putting the money up again for another year. It wasn't an issue for me because I knew I had somewhat of some success the first time.
Absolutely. And like you said, your ROI is there, right?
Yeah.
Big time. So wonderful. And what would you say to someone who is listening to your interview or watching this video and they're like, this service sounds great. I do think I want to sign up, but I want to get a strong test score first, or I want to get GMAT final before we start working together. What would you say to them?
Oh, listen, me and the GRE are not friends. So I will say, if you spend time working on your essays, working on networking with people at the school you want to go to, taking classes, if you don't come from a typical business background, like for me, I was an English major. I took a lot of extra classes to show my interest and just to have some familiarity with material, then you will be able to get through.
Okay. Yeah. And so a lot of these things that you're talking about are things that we worked on together in your engagement, which classes to take, who to network with, how to send that cold email. What do you say when you're on the phone for 15 to 30 minutes?
Right.
So, Kayla, for those of you who are listening and watching, she has given you a little bit of a roadmap if you want to go do this on your own, and feel free to do that. And there is the option to work with us on all those parts of the application process so that if the test is kicking your butt, like it kicked my butt and like it kicked Kayla's butt, it's not something that's eating up all your time of your application process, so that you can focus on areas where you can have more control and really shine.
Oh, and attend events. I wanted to add that, attend events, especially since we are living, I guess, we're going towards a hybrid world. It was more so virtual, but now I guess we're going to more so hybrid. If you're on your lunch break, if you work from home, go ahead, go on Zoom, go to admissions events, meet admissions counselors, meet current students, meet the clubs that you think you would join. It really does help define your experience, that what it would be at the school.
I love that, what you said about going on their lunch break. I love that idea. And you can just have your lunch, be in the event. I love it.
Yeah.
Kayla, what have you learned about yourself and or how have you grown as a result of going through this process with us?
I've always known that I'm very competitive, but I've learned really throughout this process, the past 2 years, since October 2020, how resilient I am. I didn't give up the first time. And I really want people to know that you can reapply and get in, and it can work out. The first time, sure, it wasn't a good feeling, but to bounce back from that, I think that's something that I'm really proud of. And that's something that I'm really proud to share about my story, because I don't think anybody has a straight path in anything in life.
Beautiful. I love that. And so what's next for you in the application process and the going to grad school process?
So what's next is a lot of pre-MBA events. I'll be going to OP, the consortium. I'm also an MLT.
Excellent. And
yeah.
MLT, professional development, the PD?
Professional development.
Okay.
Yes. And Forte. So I'm going to have like a busy 2 weeks in like the end of May and June, networking, trying to get a pre-MBA internship next year, 2023, and then eventually going to school. So I'm really excited about it.
Oh, that's beautiful. You have so many things coming up. You're hitting them all. There's also, if you're interested in management consulting or investment banking, there's also MBA Jumpstart. So of all the programs, so look into that. And tell them I sent you. Okay, so Kayla, we know what's next for you in the application process, but I want to know, now that you have gotten into Cornell with $50,000, what's going to change, improve, or open in your life or your career?
Definitely my network. That's something I'm really excited about, especially with the pre-MBA events that I'm going to be attending. Meeting people in different industries, whether that's tech, which I'm interested in, and entertainment, or even investment banking, management consulting, supply chain, industries that I never thought that I would meet people in. That's something that I'm really excited about, just to meet everyone again in person. Yeah.
I love it. So Kayla, I have your intake form from way back in October 2020, and we asked you who the first 4 people that you were going to tell. And you said, when you got into your dream schools, and you said your parents, your grandma, and your cousin. What happened when you told them?
So actually, when I found out that I got into Cornell, it was around the holiday time. It was like December. So everyone was home, but I was actually on a Cornell call. I think it was about financial aid. And I saw the email come through and I just screamed. And everyone in my family knew like that day was the day I would find out that I got into Cornell. So my family was the first people to know, my mom and dad and my brothers. And then I told my cousin and my grandma. So it did work out as I spoke it into the universe.
Oh, I love it. You did speak it into the universe and you got to tell them all at the same time. Yeah. I just know that they are so, so proud of you. Kayla, anything else you want to share with people who are out there watching this? Maybe you want to say something to reapplicants, the person who just got rejected from all their schools, whoever you want to talk to.
I just want to say, when I graduated college in 2016, my dad went to business school and he was always like, you have to go to business school. You have to go to business school. You have to go to business school, work for 2 years and go to business school. And I was like, I don't want to go to business school. I don't want to go back to school. I've been to school for like 22 years. Things change and things could change at any time. If you didn't get in the first time, like I said before, it's how you bounce back. So I would say if you're feeling the pressure and the rejection of not getting in the first time, let yourself feel that emotion and just come back harder. You'll really see the results. If I could get in as an English major, then you can do the same. Yeah.
Oh, beautifully said. Thank you so much for sharing your story, Kayla. I'm so excited for you. And I look forward to us chatting a bit after this interview.
Yes.
Thanks for watching. Are you ready to take your application process to the next level? The Art of Applying helps you get into the graduate school of your dreams and get money to pay for it. Book a free quick call from the link in the description to get started. And subscribe to our channel for more application tips and success stories.